Alright, hello everyone and welcome back. This time we are at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. This time we are in qualifying, we are in 11th. This video obviously starting in qualifying. As you can see, we hit the curb and we kiss that corner over there. And going into the start-finish straight, we are 12th on the grid, 11th, 13th. We keep fluctuating position as we cross the line. What will it be here? Could we get our best qualifying position? Obviously did it last time, and yes we do! Each Grand Prix we have improved. This time it is a massive 13th position, and that is huge for us heading into the race. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas are the podium, and then there we are in 13th, just in front of Kimi Räikkönen on the 113th. Now, to the race.
It was 35 years ago that the late great Niki Lauda took his 25th and final Grand Prix win here at Zandvoort. He came from 10th on the grid to beat his McLaren teammate Alain Prost by just 0.2 of a second. Well, Zandvoort is a very different circuit today, of course, but still one with an incredible legacy. And we're going to add to that. Welcome along to the 2020 Dutch Grand Prix. 2.6 miles then make up a lap here at a wet Zandvoort circuit, where some tricky braking zones and sudden drops can make it all too easy to slide off into the gravel. There are 14 corners overall and a 678-metre main straight, providing the best chance for overtaking. It's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are three big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Alexander Albon and Perez, Stroll, Sainz, Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon, Norris, the owner-driver, Kimi Räikkönen and Gasly, Vettel, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen, Russell, De Vries, Latifi and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Now that we've got some points on the board.
And as you can see, it is a rainy race, but the lights are out and away we go here. And we do round the corner, and going into the first corner, we are in an incredible 6th position. I can see absolutely nothing right now other than the diffuser of Alex Albon and that sensor on the back of the cars. Obviously that meaning that they're going slow, but no contact again. Another clean start coming out of the first corner. That's great for us. We are in 6th. Many points up for grabs here on the intermediate tires at a wet Zandvoort. Yellow flags coming up here. Not sure what has happened, but the back of the field behind us, Perez has dropped massively, and now Stroll is 4 seconds behind us here. Holy moly, what has happened here? A bumpy curb as we ride along, and we are in a great position. We resume to green flag racing here. And as you'll notice, this video is a little choppy in terms of the editing. Some of the files do not record properly, but that doesn't matter, as here we are braking at the 50 and turning in as Albon and the pack ahead of us try to remove themselves from us, and we'll just try and go for a clean race here. Probably not going to be the most entertaining round of the season per se. Obviously, you know, the first one in Australia was quite interesting with the Kimi Räikkönen one. The last one, the one at Bahrain with Ocon and Räikkönen again. But as Lewis Hamilton sets a 1:27, we cross the line and get a 1:23.9. Not the best lap here, but it will do as long as Stroll doesn't catch up to us. But he's setting in great laps, actually drops to 35 behind us. And Albon does go ahead of us. Probably a good thing, you know, as we can actually see what's happening in front of us, because the beginning was absolutely abysmal. I mean, the vision was just completely impaired. It looked like I was driving drunk. I mean, I couldn't see a thing. I thought I was going to hit someone. Probably lucky I didn't hit someone. Oh, but we run on the curb, and we have made a mistake. And now this is Stroll's time to pounce on our mistake. It's an absolute schoolboy error there. And now we run right through the polystyrene board, and it's an absolute disaster for us here in the second sector of Zandvoort. A complete disaster. The rain has just completely eaten our tires, and it's impossible to drive here, not really experienced through the rain. And here we are back into this corner. Beautiful, we take it on the curb, and now we round it and try and set in a good lap. It's been 2 green sectors. Even though we had that slippery ride at the end of the first sector, we still put in green laps here. And now, will we improve on our 1:32.9? Hamilton improves on his fastest lap. Of course he does, Lewis Hamilton. But Stroll behind us, he will have DRS. He is within a second. Actually, never mind, he won't. It's a wet race. DRS is disabled, I'm pretty sure. If it is enabled, sucks for us. But now he is a second behind us. But he is within a second now. And now Stroll will look to come up on us, and it will be some action, I guess, for this recording of the episode. And now, will we make any mistakes coming through here again? Hopefully we don't. And let's make sure we don't and come through here clean. So far, so good here. And now, beautiful. A little bit slow, actually. A lot slow, actually. Stroll is gaining on us massively here. Holy moly, Lance Stroll, 2 Canadians in this race going at each other here. Hopefully he's not really aggressive as he hits us. Lance Stroll has hit us, and it looks like we don't have any damage, which is great for our race. But again, we go slow here. I guess the rain is eating up our tires. And yes, another green sector, but we try to defend on Lance Stroll. As you can see with the red arrow at the bottom of your screen, he is on the right side of us, and now he's miles behind. In terms of Formula 1, he's miles behind. In terms of real life, he's pretty close on us. If someone was that close on the motorway, you'd be asking questions. But now the rest of this is pretty boring. So now we will skip ahead to the 4th lap here. And we will battle with Stroll again. And he's hit us. Holy smokes, he's hit us into the wall. Lance Stroll, what are you doing? And we get a warning for it. Not sure for what. Lance Stroll, you absolute lunatic. You're absolutely crazy, and he's hit us. I told you there'd be action here. As we are trying to preserve fuel, we are in lean mixture. Albon, miles ahead, 11 seconds ahead. Him and Verstappen are going to have a right go. Maybe team orders will come into an effect there, but they are close to each other. But we do have damage, and we're going to have to try and nurse this car home to get our 6th position and our best position of the season for Likewise GP. And we do go up into Rich for the start-finish straight here to try and get away from Carlos Sainz. And Stroll has gone behind us. And it's Sainz who got really aggressive there and absolutely destroyed our right front wing. We've gone through a lot of front wings here this season. A very weak part, maybe the reliability comes into effect. And in terms of the R&D package, we will look to upgrade, just trying to preserve the R&D. And maybe, upgrade the chassis or the aerodynamics, possibly the engine. Renault engine is not that bad. Speaking of Renault, it's Daniel Ricciardo in 8th. He's got 2 seconds worth of penalties of him. He won't be a worry. You won't see him at all this race. Someone we will see, though, could be Carlos Sainz, as we do go really slow through here as we're trying to preserve fuel. We go right onto the grass, and that is time for Sainz to have a go at us. He goes up our left inside, and we hold him off. We go right around him here, and we do get a warning for that scuffle. Not sure for what. The FIA can have a word there, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that we do hold off Carlos Sainz here. Nothing happens. We go really deep into that corner there, but we do have a great exit. Oh, we hit the wall. I don't think there's any damage for that. It's Lewis Hamilton that wins the race. I think he's won every race this year so far. And here we go, exiting the final corner. It's a little slippery. What will happen here? We go on the grass a little bit. It's Carlos Sainz. He's behind us. Rich mix and overtake mode. We see the checkered flag, and it's a 6th position for Likewise GP and Joe Farmer in this race at Zandvoort. It's an absolutely incredible drive here. Not a single doubt in this race. We had the front wing damage. Driver of the day again. But guess what? It was an easy race. Not very entertaining, but we take it. We will definitely take that result here. And it's Hamilton, Bottas, and Leclerc who climbs up from 4th. Max Verstappen drops from the 2nd position. And look at us sitting beautifully in 6th. And in the Constructors, we're 10th. Not interesting. Thanks for watching, guys.